Last time on Total Party Guild.
I definitely wouldn't ever ask you to perform a favor on my behalf, Spurin.
And yet here you are. No worries, Jewel. I can take care of it. Then he turns and walks off.
I'm going to take his job. One of these days, I'm going to take that man's job.
I'm coming for that job.
Welcome, heroes, to tonight's Total Party Guild, a retro wave-inspired D&D 5th edition live play. I am Sean Rowe, and I will be your DM for this story arc. On this story arc, the guild has hired
Vanessa Otero playing Jewel, Vaughn, Onyx, Human, Glamour Bard.
Jeremy Blackheart playing Brilliance B, a fighter warlock.
And Justin Lamb as Stenel Bjornsson, the halfling barbarian.
Last time on our adventures, our heroes had made their way into the underground of Westbank, and they had ran across Mr. Besselman, a savvy businessman who had made a deal or two with certain unsavory types. After the party left, saving their dear child, the warehouse that they got out of exploded in a giant ball of flame. The heroes, summoning the guild, decided to go back into the underground labyrinth and find out where these strange creatures and mind tubes and glass jars of brains were, and to hunt down Mr. Besselman to exact vengeance upon them.
We prefer justice.
Justice. The party boarded some boats that entered through a underground canal, making its way to the underground area of Westbank. And they were told to go to a certain location, since they weren't exactly sure where the warehouse was. And that is where we start today, on the underground bank, as they are sitting in the boats being rowed by a couple of copper rank individuals. The boat passes from underneath the canal archway, and it opens up into the underground area above you. You see a ceiling, slightly domed, covered in glowing fungus of all kinds of brilliant colors, blues and greens and purples and pinks, in a swirling pattern above you. You can also see the lights of this underground city as buildings are built. Some stone buildings and some ramshackle wooden buildings are built almost on top of each other. Lanterns are hung, lights are glowing. You see multiple different types of lights, like candles and drift globes lighting the area around you. As you guys are taking this underground canal, several of the boats begin peeling off and stopping at tiny docks. You guys continue along the waterway. Your copper rank individual sweating as he's pushing you guys down the canal.
Ah, shit. Here we go again.
Does anything look familiar?
As you're making your way down the canal waterway, it all kind of sort of looks familiar. Like you saw this before, but it's not the exact building that you had seen. You guys continue to push farther in, as more and more of your Adventurers Guild members are disgorging themselves onto the banks. And then you guys round a corner. It's not your stop, but it also wasn't a stop marked by anybody else. But there you see it, off to the side. That same building with a small warehouse nearby. All of the crates that you guys had seen before are now missing. And it seems eerily dark compared to what you remember seeing before.
Tell the copper rank member to pull in there. I know we're supposed to go somewhere else, but pull in here.
Okay. And he pushes the boat over to the side.
Is there anybody within 120 feet from the guild that I can send a message to? I'm trying to get to the leaders who are spearheading it, because we were supposed to let them know if we found it, right?
They were going to hit a couple of different warehouses along the canal, looking for not only this one, but if there's anything else that's crazy going on. You were all given flares, so if you ran across trouble, you're supposed to light the flares.
This doesn't look like trouble yet.
We don't have one that's just like, we found it. Silver for trouble, gold for this is the place we were at earlier.
Yeah, no, that would make sense. I'm totally cool with that being something that they would have given you.
I do have my pyrotechnic wand. I could use that instead.
Either or. Yeah, that makes sense.
Do you guys want to go in first, or do you want to tell somebody first?
Could I look for tracks?
Go ahead and roll me a perception check.
You got it, boss. My perception is the same as my survival. Actually, survival's probably 23.
Dang.
So looking from where you guys are, when you get up to the side of the dock, and looking where you are, you can see that the stone ground has several of those tracks themselves where you guys had ridden in on the cart. Standing on top of it, there really isn't any like dust or stuff that would put footprints. You can see the rough outlines of where the crates used to be, but there isn't like dirt or dust or tracks that would be able to follow. Like there's a little bit of a small like pool or two of water. There's a little bit of mud on the bottom of those, and you can clearly see that there's like feet prints all throughout that, but nothing that would be trackable from here. What you can notice is that there's been a lot of activity in a very short period of time.
I'll say all of that to everybody, but not as smart.
Okay. So they definitely they definitely fell into motion the second we were gone. Well, and we took at least an hour short rest, right?
Yeah, you guys had to make it back to the guild house. You had to rally the guys together in that time frame. You took an hour's rest. So it's probably been about 2, maybe even 3 hours since you were here last. You had to make it down to the boats. From the boats, made it to the waterway. So yeah, it's definitely taken some time.
Can I see if there's a lookout or somebody left behind, just with a perception check?
Sure, go ahead and roll me a perception check since you're looking for a lookout.
16 plus, I think it's 1. Oh, plus 3, 19.
Staring across the way over to the house that you guys were in, most of the windows are dark. The top floor has the glow of a light still going on inside of it. It looks like firelight inside the top window. You don't see anyone looking out or paying attention to the outside area.
I'll head in.
What if it's another explosion?
Yeah.
I'll probably be fine. I'll head in slowly.
You see Stenel take a step and then a step and then a step, inching his way across the terrain, completely out in the open.
I'm ready.
I'll just walk normally towards it, I guess.
You walk right past Stenel and keep going.
Yeah.
Well, careful. What if it's all right, I'm coming.
Jewel, did you go ahead and light off any of those things? We kind of cut you off, so I'm not sure if you actually did that
I was
or not,
asking
or
if
just
they
discussing
thought we should, or if they wanted to check it out before we did anything. So I didn't. So let's just go.
No. If you've got a signal, I'd say go for it.
Well, I mean, do we want the signal will also let the people inside, if anybody's looking outside, it won't just alert the guild, it will alert the people we're trying to track.
Oh, very true. Very clever. That's why we trust you with the decisions.
Because I've been so good at just like making a cement decision about anything the last couple hours.
I wasn't going to say anything. When I make cement decisions, I light up lighthouses, and then bad things happen at towns.
When I make decisions, we follow a kid to the Undercity and then get attacked by brain dogs. So,
and I just don't make decisions. I let other people do it because I'm charismatic.
You make our decisions count.
So as you guys have been having that conversation, you've gotten closer and closer to the building. You are now outside the front of it. You haven't seen any sort of motion, any movement, and you're now standing near the front of the door. The door swings inwards, and you can see that it's actually open a little bit. And there's a window that's off to your left that would have been looking into the kitchen area that you guys remember seeing from your previous visit here. Same thing. All the lights that used to be in here are now off.
Can I turn them on? Can I check the front door for like trappos?
Sure, go ahead and roll me a perception check.
That's more like it. 10.
Uh, as you are leaning forward to look for traps, you put your head directly through a very tiny thin wire that then snaps.
Balls.
Go ahead and roll me a dexterity save. You do have like danger sense or something like that, right?
When the threat is visible. So would I see
It would
this?
technically be visible since you're putting your head right towards it. So,
And I feel maybe I felt the wire with my head.
oh yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Your whiskers.
Oh, thank goodness. What kind of save? Dexterity?
Dexterity save.
18.
You pass. Your head, like, as you feel it, you duck back real quickly, and this silver dart comes shooting forward, and it clips the top of your badger hat, and it kind of like scrapes the top of your head for a grand total of 4 hit points.
Ah,
All right, buddy?
yeah, I'm fine.
Hmm.
Bunch of jerks left us some surprises. I kick the door in.
You kick the door in, it slams on the inside, and then you can hear some footsteps start moving on the 3rd floor above you in the room at the top.
I'm gonna step back and watch the window that we saw the light in.
All right, so you're stepping back to watch the window. What are you doing, B?
Is there another way out besides just jumping out the window?
You remember on your last visit that it has several windows that look out on all sides of the building, but there was no like door or anything like that on the 3rd floor.
Okay. I'll just go to the other corner to watch, I guess.
I'm gonna cast fly on myself from my Mac for Mead's turn, and I'm going to go peek in that window as stealthily as I can.
All right, so you cast fly. What does that look like? This is the first time you've activated fly. Do you get like some cool ass wings or like a jetpack, or what's it look like to you when you fly up towards that
no,
window?
the mermaid flew. But
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
I just
But you haven't flown, so do you get cool jetpack wings?
No, the last time Jewel flew, she was too gorgeous for
yeah,
gravity.
that's exactly. I was gonna say the same thing. I just do that thing where basically villains, when they're following you and they're floating, where they just levitate a little bit and basically they're just standing there. Badass.
Super straight
Yeah.
posture.
Yeah, no, that makes
I'm
sense to me.
picturing Magneto basically flying, but just pompous about it.
Gay Magneto. Pride Magneto, yes.
All right, so you're going to fly up to the window, so go ahead and roll me a stealth check as you do that. B's moving to the corner of the building to go and take a look and see if he can keep an eye on what's going on. And Stenel is...
All right, so I remember how to get up in the building,
it's
right?
literally straight ahead, and it's a stairwell that goes up 2 flights.
Do I see any threats?
Not directly in front of you, no.
I draw the sword, and I draw my sword and I sprint. I am looking for traps a little.
A little.
Like if you're gonna have me roll for that, I'll roll at disadvantage, but I'm sprinting.
All right, does your sword glow?
Yeah, it do.
Nice. All right, so you draw your glowy sword and you start running up the stairs. Go ahead and roll me a perception check at disadvantage.
I've got the point forward, you know.
My stealth was 19.
All right, and B, you make it at the corner.
Oh, there's a 10 and a 12, so disadvantage not too bad. 13 perception.
All right, 13 perception. I'll get to you in a second as you come running up the stairs. Jewel floats up, and you're floating to try and look through the window, but also keep your head kind of down. And with that, you float up to the window, and you can peek out of it or out of it, looking through the window into the room. You see that there's a fireplace that is well lit. Inside the room, there's 3 guys wearing the now typical suits that you guys have noticed that this whole gang is wearing. And one of them is taking like a stack of papers and throwing it into the fireplace. Another guy is starting to run towards the stairwell, which is facing you, but you can see that his head is looking down, and he's looking down the stairwell from the noise that he heard of someone breaking into the place. So you see that he's got a crossbow, and he's running to kneel and point the crossbow down the stairwell. The 3rd guy has a small, like, stone tablet in his hand, and you see that he's talking into it.
Okay, I'm going to immediately send a message at about where I think Stenel is and say one guy with crossbow pointed at door, 2 other guys dicking around.
I'm on it.
All right, so Stenel, as you are running up the stairs, you make it to the first landing. You spin around the first landing, and then that's when you roll me another dexterity save as you run right through a secondary trap.
If I'm running, would I roll, or if I see it, will I see it coming?
Yeah, I'm giving you the ability to see it coming.
My
yes.
danger sense is.
Yeah, I'm being a little loose with the danger sense concept. I really like the concept of you just like rolling out of the doing the stuff, running through traps and like Indiana Jonesing it, where you just run really, really fast and hope the darts don't hit you.
Sir, this is my badger sense.
Badger sense.
Yeah, okay. See the little lights all flicker.
22.
That is a success. So you come running up the stairs and you swing around that last corner. And as you begin running up it, suddenly you see this like smoke cloud, like a whoosh, and like begin to billow around you. And then you hear this like noise and it just lights on fire all around you. And you just like roll through this fireball that's around your character.
Yes.
That's probably the worst damage roll I've rolled. 6 points of damage. On 66.
Wow. Was that in half because I did the thing? Oh yeah, because I rolled well. Okay.
Cool. Jewel, you sent it a second message to B?
No, to Stenel again.
No. Oh, okay. What was it?
I'm going to say, after I hear fire, but the door hasn't opened yet, I'm going to send another message and say, just before you open the door, reply to this message, and I'll do a distraction.
For clarification, is there a closed door at in this room?
No. So for clarification, the stairwell just leads straight up into the room.
Okay. So there is no door for me.
Yeah,
Oh.
and Jewel, you would remember that.
Oh.
So yeah.
Okay. So before open door, change
So
to
revamp.
before you get to the stairway, I guess. Vanessa was just picturing it wrong. Before you get to the stairway,
No
reply
worries.
to this message. I'll do a distraction.
Will do.
God damn it. Do you
Which is technically the reply.
so
So you got will do, came back to you.
Yeah.
What are you going to do, Jewel?
God damn it. I know. I sit and I think for a second. I'm like, wait, do not reply until you're at the stairs. Even to confirm. And then I wait.
So by this point in time, you've spun around the bottom of the platform and you can now see the stairwell leading up to the guy who's got the crossbow pointed at you.
Cool.
You say
I would like to go into a rage.
Okay.
you say anything?
Did you say anything?
Well, I'm not at the top of the stairs yet.
The top.
Okay.
She said when I get to the top of the stairs, or just before I get to the top of the stairs, reply.
I think it just said to the stairs.
So
That's fine.
I'm running
It's
up
fine.
towards the guy.
I tried to do something cool, but it's fine.
No, before I get to the top of the stairs, I will reply.
Okay, so you're running up the stairs. Jewel, you can see the guy with the crossbow shoot the crossbow through the hole down towards Stenel.
And I'll
You can't see Stenel, but you can pretty much tell that's who it is shooting
God
at.
damn it. I will shoot my
and I'll shout now.
I will shoot my pyrotechnics in a way so that it explodes right outside the window, not where I am, but kind of like, okay, so if I'm at the east wall, I'm going to shoot it so that it will explode right outside the north wall or the south wall or whatever.
So another window, but in line of sight of the guy.
Right. I just want to make a big boom sound outside of the window.
Awesome. Okay.
Not my window.
Can do. Yep. Stenel, he rolled a 14 to hit.
AC 16, baby.
All right. So he misses as you come storming up there. And then you suddenly hear this boom and like the windows rattle and shake and the guy like jumps a foot and so does the dude throwing stuff into the fire and the guy who was talking to the stone all jump at that point in time. And now we will actually go ahead and roll initiative. All right. Stenel, what did you roll?
Dirty 20.
30-20? Jewel?
15.
And B?
10.
Huh. We all got 5 less than the one before us.
Yeah. All right, Stenel, you are first. You're storming up the stairwell. You can see that he suddenly has his attention drawn away from you. It's looking a different way. And then he's like trying to reload his crossbow at the same time as looking at where an explosion's going on and then looking back at you, and the look on his face is definitely that of oh shit.
Should have chose a different profession.
Hmm.
I'm gonna attack.
Okay, you just attack him.
Just hack into the guy. I should probably roll an attack roll. Recklessly, if I do say so myself. 22.
Well, that hits.
Hey, that's 11 damage.
Okie doke. You have a secondary attack. Do you want to go ahead and hit him with the second one?
Is he dead?
No.
Then I will hit him.
Okay.
I did roll for damage. I rolled a 2 on every single die here. That's the same thing. 22.
Okay, yeah, you hit him.
This is very consistent.
I'm hoping for the consistency in damage as well.
So that's gonna be 15 damage on this one.
All right.
I'm just charging up with the sword. It sways left and right, and then I just run the guy through. Twist.
You run him through in twists, and you can see he's like twitching, and he kind of like drops the crossbow. He drops to his, he's on one knee in that shooter's pose, but he drops to both knees, and he like grabs a hold of your arms as blood begins pooling out of the wound, and then frosts over.
I'm just
But he
snarling.
is still alive.
Oh wow, double wow.
The guy who was talking to the stone and looked over and saw the explosion, he turns and runs and leaps through the back window. The window explodes outwards, and he like hits the top of the roof and begins sliding down on his butt to drop off on the back half of the house. Jewel, you see that Stenel has ran that one guy through. The guy at the fireplace is still in the process of throwing sheets into the fireplace. He's completely distracted now by all the crazy crap that's going on, and that other guy has just broken through the window and is slitting on the back half of the home. What would you like to do?
So just to paint a picture, for the sake of figuring this out, I'm on the east wall. I exploded outside the north wall, and this guy came out of the south or west wall.
Exact opposite of you, so west.
Okay. Making myself a diagram. Okay, it looks like a football diagram. And that said, B was on the southwest corner watching windows, right?
Correct.
Okay, so he can deal with that. Will I be able to make it to that window that burst out with my movement?
How fast is your fly speed?
Oh, my fly speed is different. Hold on. Right. 60 feet.
So yeah, you could easily fly over the top of the house and make it to the other side and still have enough space. At your current speed, you might even be able to catch up with him.
Oh, I just want to go inside. I figure B can probably deal with the guy that just jumped off the window. I'll yell, B, get that guy.
Can I see that guy?
You can't see that guy, but you heard the shattering of a window coming from around the outside of the house.
So he's on the north side?
Correct.
Yeah.
He's on the back half of the house.
Yeah.
So you're on the corner. You'd have to still run around to the back half of the house.
So yeah, I'll yell B over here and then go in through the broken window that he just broke.
Okay. So you still have enough space you can get within melee of either one of the two guys.
Yeah. I don't know if I want to do that though.
If that is your intent.
Give me 1 second. I'm thinking. And it's hard. We're in a pandemic, okay? My brain doesn't work right anymore. I'll blame that.
Yeah. None of our brains work right anymore.
We're going into year 12 of the pandemic, it feels like.
I'm going to pull out my crossbow and try to shoot the guy with the fireplace because I don't have very many spell points.
Okay. Yeah, you've been up for a while and you burned through a bunch.
Okay, so without going into, I guess, I will go inside, but just barely inside and shoot the crossbow at the fireplace guy. And that is a 19.
That hits.
And that does 1d6 plus 1. So that is 5 altogether.
All right, so you come floating inside, looking ethereal and just elegant as you float into the room. You raise your crossbow, and the guy is still looking like at both Stenel and where that boom came from. So it hits him like completely by surprise when the crossbow hits into his side. You see that it hits his side, but it doesn't penetrate. It kind of like sticks and then like flows loosely in his coat. He was wearing some kind of armor that stopped it from penetrating all the way through, but now his eyes slide towards you and he's like, what the?
And then
completely taken by surprise.
Bonus action, inspire Stenel.
Hey. And what are you doing to inspire?
I will, with one hand, Wait, is it a light crossbow or is it a hand crossbow? Hand crossbow. I'm going to, with one hand, shoot my crossbow, and with the other hand, give Stenel a thumbs up and be like, "Good job, buddy." And that's my inspiration.
The guy who's holding on to the frosted blade as he's kneeling in front of you, Stenel, quickly reaches down to his belt and he takes out a dagger and begins stabbing it into you rapidly. Shank, 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 shank. Except not if I keep rolling that way.
Oh, okay.
So he rolled an 8 and a 22
The 22 hits.
for 8 points of damage.
I'm going to go ahead and take 4 since I did go into a rage. But I did attack him reckless.
Oh, yeah, that's a good
So
call.
maybe that
so
was
the,
the first attack?
first one actually hit, and then he's rolling 2 dice for
Yeah.
the second one. Oh,
I left myself wide open.
I almost rolled the same exact thing. 19 for the second attack.
Okay.
For 5 points of damage. So
So
that
would-
half round up, that's 3.
Yeah. Because we're really close, right?
Oh, yeah.
Like he's like I've run him through. He's like got a knife in my side.
Yeah.
And he dropped to his knees.
Yeah, he was on his knees already in like a shooter's crouch, and then you stabbed him, and he kind of like fell onto both of his knees. So he's just sitting there in front of you, grabbing onto the sword.
And I'm snarling.
Yeah.
But I stopped snarling long enough to kiss him on the nose.
Inspiration, sir.
Double inspiration.
All right, B, you heard the shattering of the window, and Jewel yelled at you before flying over the top of the house. What do you wish to do?
Sprint around the corner to see what I can see and take aim with my rifle.
Awesome. You sprint around the corner. As you get to the edge, you can see him like he did a butt slide on the first slope roof, and then he fell off of that one, hits the second slope roof into a tumble, and then slides, and he's about ready to fall off the second slope roof onto the ground.
Is this the guy with the stone he was talking into?
For you, it's just some dude wearing the white suit, but yeah, that was the stone talkie guy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm not going to take chances. Open fire.
All right, do it.
Let me. So many things. 19?
19 would normally hit, but as it smacks into him, his head snaps over to you, and he whispers something rapidly as his hand comes up, and you see this like purplish shield appear in front of him. The bullet smacks off and ricochets off into the wild as he's falling through the air.
Okay. I'm not going to roll a sharpshooter this time.
Okie doke.
23.
And then you shoot past the shield as you were able to take a look at where the shield's wrapped around him, and so you like blast past it and catch him in the hip. Go ahead and roll damage.
Son?
I'm going to use Eldritch Smite.
Okay.
So I give up a spell slot. It does 1d8 damage plus 1d8 per level of the spell slot, which is 3. So it's going to do an extra 48. And then they fall prone. If they're in the air, they take the falling damage.
Nice. It's falling damage on 8 feet.
Probably it's up to you. It'd be nothing or d6.
Probably just roll a d6. I mean, you kind of clipped him in the middle of the air. I think that's pretty badass.
That's pretty cool.
Go ahead and add that falling damage into it. So an additional d6 to all the shit that you're rolling.
Okay. Sorry, dice. 10, 13, 20, 19. Or sorry, 29 plus 5. 34.
He hits the ground and crumples into a heap, and the flickery shield like sparks as it's hitting the ground, and it kind of like forces his hand up a little bit. He seems barely conscious as he's hanging on there, like he's just trying to like collect his thoughts as to smacking against the ground like that. Is that all the shots you got left, or you got something else to do?
I can bonus action. I don't know if I want to. Do I have enough movement to take cover?
You
Just
ran
step
to
back.
the edge. Yeah, you can step back. Yeah, you should have enough space to do that.
Okay. I will do that.
All right, so you take cover around the outside edge of the building.
Mhm.
Okay. Jewel, up in the room, you see Stenel starting to, a dagger comes out of nowhere, and the guy starts shanking Stenel as Stenel's up close and personal. Stenel gently kisses him on the nose for that action. The guy that you had shot reaches into his coat, and he pulls out a axe, and instead of like running at you to attack, he throws it at you as he runs towards where Stenel is at.
Bastard.
For a 10.
Misses. I mean, it's pretty hard to miss me.
He's making a run for it. He's making a run for it. Also, I'm rolling like shit today, so that's awesome. So he throws the axe at you as he's running towards the stairwell, and you see him get to the edge of the stairwell and just like do this bounding leap over the side of it So he's falling straight down onto the stairwell behind Stenel. And that's going to be the end of his move. Top of the round, Stenel, you are up. Your blade implanted in the guy shanking you.
So I see this guy kind of leap over us.
Yeah, he would run behind you towards where the top banister of the stairwell is, and then he leaps behind you and fell down.
Gotcha. Okay, so it's not like some kind of free willy situation where it comes over me and I.
Yeah, no.
Touches
He's
belly.
clearly trying to not
Slow
get near
motion.
you.
Gotcha. Oh, so he did not get near me.
Correct. He did not want to get within melee range.
Gotcha. So I'm gonna turn and leap down on top of the guy.
Are you going to grapple?
No, I'm gonna attack the crud out of it.
Okay.
I'm a badger.
All right. So as you spin your blade coming free of the guy in front of you, he shanks you again.
Oh yeah. That's fine.
Still at advantage for a 21
That hit.
for 8 points. 7 points of damage. Round that. So 4.
Still fat. Fine. That's fine. Actually good.
How?
It's good. It's good for your health. Get the blood flowing. That's what they say. Exercise doesn't get the blood flowing as much as combat getting shanked. Okay, so I'm not even worried about him. He's having a real bad day. I'm worried about the guy that threw an axe at Jewel.
You shouldn't be because he can't hit for shit.
Okay, Stenel, what did you roll?
The halfling bullet is cocked and loaded. That's a 25 to hit.
All right, you hit. Go ahead and roll me damage.
And on this character, that is not a crit. So I need to remember who I am. 17.
Already? Still alive.
Yeah, I'm just softening them up. I'm the softener. 13 plus 6 is a 19.
It's
13.
and he's dead. So how do you kill him when you come flying down the stairwell on him?
So, so I'm going to jump down after him and slice the sword. And I'm going to miss his body, but I'm going to just come down on the back of his leg and wing him and then spin the sword around and just across the back of the neck. I was just going to graze it. I think I took the head clean off. Give him a close shave and oh no.
You see the head separate from the body and it comes spinning through the air. The neck is frosted over so it doesn't spray blood everywhere.
Aw, I'm used to being covered in juices.
What? Yuck.
The giant crab battle, all the goo stuff we've done. Ugh. All right. And then I look back up the stairwell and I just point you.
You see the guy at the top of the stairwell begin to reach into his vest pocket. Outside B, where you're standing, you hear this thump, and then a bit farther away you hear thump. Jewel, you saw Stenel pull his blade out, leap down the stairs, this loud thunk, 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 and swords flying everywhere, and then the guy kneeling down is reaching into his coat pocket as if he's trying to grab another weapon. What do you wish to do?
I point at him and I say, you better be grabbing a weapon to commit Speku because we're just going to kill you anyway and it's going to be a lot rougher on you. And I cast Vicious Mockery. Yes.
All right, so I have to roll the save, right?
Yes.
All right, what is it? What
The
kind
wisdom save 15.
of save? 1. Never mind. It's a 1.
Yay.
Wow.
All right. Go ahead and roll
If
damage.
you do a critical fail on
He
a
has
save, do I get a roll
literally-
double? Is it reverse crit?
It doesn't really matter. He has 1 hit point left, so
Come
I did
on.
it.
This is another one.
I did 4 damage.
Jewel.
All right. So describe how this vicious mockery kills this guy.
So I do that. I say that. And as he looks up at me, I just kind of smile and wink. And he takes the dagger that he was trying to stab Stenel with and just stabs it into his own heart.
So you see him just like reverse the dagger, drive it in his own heart. He's got this like shocked but sad look on his face. And then as he crumples over, his hand comes out of his vest and this small white silver sphere begins bouncing down the stairs towards Stenel.
Uh-oh.
I would like to catch that with my heightened badger senses.
Sure.
Okay. With my movement and bonus action, can I pick up the papers that guy was trying to throw in the fire?
Yeah, there's like a small, like an inbox almost, and it's about half full of sheets of paper. And it was on the desk where you met Mr. Besselman before.
Okay.
And you can see that there's already a bunch that was burned inside the fireplace. So yeah, you can pick up that whole box.
Okay, I'll pick up the box and go out the window, I guess, with the rest of my movement because I have like 60 feet of movement. So I'll start moving towards B.
All right, so you fly out of the window above the house, and you can see B's on one edge of the home, and he's like crouched behind it with his. Is it a rifle that you had ready, B?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you see B standing there, crouched, ready to go. B, you heard those fooping noises. It is now your turn.
Can I discern which direction it was?
Go ahead and roll me a perception check, and I'll see.
Natural 20.
Woo.
Sure. Yeah, it went farther away from the house, closer to the other canal on the other side of the waterway.
So, I mean, I have an idea what the spell is. Is it common knowledge that it would be something like Misty Step?
Yeah, you're pretty sure that's what it was. Yep.
Okay. And I sprint towards where I think it was, and I yell out to Jewel, Mage, Misty Step.
So as you start sprinting towards it, you're going to use your primary movement to cross 30 feet. And you can see that there was a pool of blood where you shot the guy, and then a pool of blood in front of you.
Oh. Is there anything to hide behind?
There's about another 20, 25 feet, and then it drops off into the canal on the other side of the building.
So let's see. I guess I will use the rest of my movement to get to where I could possibly see him.
So run right up to the edge of the canal?
Yeah.
Okay, so you run right up to the edge of the canal. You got about 5 feet left. You make it there, and it's about a 7-foot drop. There's a ringed ladder that goes down, and you see that there's 3 boats underneath you. All 3 of the boats are fairly large. They have like a covered back end piece and a couple of row stations on either side. And you can see that he's in the middle one, and he's still untying the boat from the side of the dock.
Well, I don't have any actions besides like some bonus action debuff stuff. So I'm just going to aim my weapon menacingly.
All right. So you draw an aim on the guy. Stenel, you've caught this silvery sphere. It's round and smooth, and it has this weird like stick piece that comes off of it in like a curved portion of it, in a hefty little ring that sits off to the side.
Also neat. If I sprint, my movement speed is 35 feet. So I want to run back up the stairs. Right. And I'm going to see Jewel. Jewel's probably looking at those papers.
I'm already out the window.
No, Jewel is out the window and flying. Like if you run up the stairs, you'll see Jewel flying away from the house out of the window.
I will follow Jewel. Follow Jewel.
I'm flying, dude.
Yeah.
You're not.
What part of follow Jewel was confusing?
Cool.
And you run out the window and you fall.
Yeah, I'm going to jump out the window like the guy did.
Yep. All right. Go ahead and roll me an athletics check, sir.
I'm a badger.
He just runs on air like Wile E. Coyote.
Hold up a sign saying, no, this is all. I get advantage on lifting, pushing, pulling, braking, not necessarily super cool. What is it? Athletic? Acrobatic?
Athletics. What'd you get?
13.
13. All right. You come leaping out of the building, and your butt hits the sloped thing, and you kind of slide down it, and then you fall, and you're like, yeah, I'm looking so cool. And then you hit, and you tumble and roll sideways, and you fall off that building, and you kind of like stretch out and do a belly flop for 2 points of damage. That is already rounded down.
Okay. Nailed it.
You have to cast fly first.
I thought you had me. Just get him. Just get the guy.
B, you've drawn your gun on the guy, and you can see that he finished untying the boat, and then he pushes it off with the oar and starts pushing away. The channel gets to catch him, and it starts moving the boat away from you guys. That's before he notices you pointing a gun at him, and he starts like trying to duck down under cover. But that's all of his actions. Jewel, it is your turn.
I will fly after the guy. I can see, I was looking for B and I follow him as he yells at me and I can see where he's pointing his gun. So I will try to get as close to that guy as I can with my 60 feet of fly movement.
Yep, no problem. You are currently about 30 feet above him over the channel as he is just pushing away from B. B, he's about 15, 20 feet away from you. That's all the boat was able to get.
I'm going to...
All right, Jewel, what are you going to do?
I'm going to strike a couple chords on my cittern and cast suggestion and say, I suggest you return to us.
All right, and what does he need to roll for that? And is it a disadvantage with the cittern?
It's a disadvantage, and it is a wisdom saving throw of 15.
With disadvantage, he rolled a 15 and a 17.
Boo.
Yeah, sorry.
That was 3 spell points.
So you feel the effect roll over him, and it just kind of like washes off of him without catching purchase.
And I say fuck, and then I can both B and Stenel see me?
Yes, you're flying 30 feet over them. Just a real quick question: is fly a concentration effect?
Fuck yes. Yes, I forgot. I forget that it's my concentration because it's through the magic item. But yes, they're both magic. So I will fall 30 feet apparently.
Okay, you will land on the boat with the guy.
Falls. Okay.
I can't roll anything today. You take 4 hit points of damage.
That's not too bad. I land and it hurt and you can like see that my ankle is probably twisted, but I'm just like, fuck you. I don't like flinch. I'm just like, I'll take the 4 damage.
Don't give him the satisfaction.
From me doing something stupid. Hold on, I have to math. If I'm down below now, Stenel can't see me though, right?
Correct, yeah. B can, but Stenel won't be able to.
Okay. I will just cast regular inspiration at B.
Yay. I'm so inspired.
And B, you feel this warm sensation flow over you as Jewel reaches out with her heart and tells you how awesome you are at shooting people. And you're probably going to prove her right. It's your turn.
Well, actually, my plan was to blow holes in the boat. But
It's fine. I can swim. I have the mantle of magic. Cloak of the manta ray.
That's the thing. I wonder how much HP a boat has before I can blow a hole in it.
Shoot the guy.
Yeah, I wanted to keep him alive for questioning, but
We have clerics.
I shoot the guy. I'm not going to use sharpshooter.
Okay.
So 26.
Okay, that hits, and it's well above his shield capabilities. So roll me damage.
7? Yes, 7.
7. That's really low for you, but he only had 5 left. So that does it. You punch a hole through him as he's spinning around like he saw you, and he starts running for cover. And then Jewel lands on the boat behind him, and he spins around. You see his hands come up, and then it just blows this massive chunk through him. Jewel, blood sprays all over you.
God damn it. Every time.
And then he crumples down towards the ground, and as he does, a intellect devourer
Shit.
appears over his body,
Fuck.
crouched down low.
Why am I here?
B, you have a secondary shot.
Yeah, I'm going to sharpshooter this one.
My eyes get super big and I look up at B in like a super panic. Like, do not let me die here.
Oh no.
22.
That hits. Roll damage.
Also 22.
Whoa. The bullet rips into the intellect devourer, and it almost takes off one of its legs from the brainstem. Chunks of brain matter spray out over you, Jewel. It leans sideways, but is still standing.
Do I want to use Eldritch Smite? It's my last spell slot.
About to die.
Is the boat moving fast?
It got caught in the current. It is pulling away. It's not moving fast yet, but you can see it starting to drift towards the center of the channel.
Joel, Eldritch Smite?
I mean,
Is that a yes? That's
Yes.
a yes. Okay, I'm going to Eldritch Smite.
All right.
If that's okay.
Yeah, what's it do?
It does 4d8 damage, uses my last spell slot, and it falls prone if it's not dead.
Okay, go ahead and roll it.
16 extra.
How much did you do the first time?
22.
Oh, there. Okay, I wrote it down. All right, cool. That puts it right over its health points. It dies.
Oh man.
Just barely.
Yeah, I let out a deep, like a big breath and just look at him, at B, like, Jesus Christ.
Describe what that Eldritch Sprite looks like after the bullet hits the thing.
So I take a knee, take aim, and then pull the trigger. And in slow motion bullet time, the round travels towards the guy, pierces through his magic shield, and it shatters into chunks of crystallized mana that turn into glittery dust. The bullet pierces his chest, and then his brain hatches. And this thing comes out. And I immediately switch targets, hit the Intellect Devour center mass, and I see it goes through one of its legs, and it's just like barely hanging on. And then my whole kind of being pulses with the weapon, and I feel Anamnesis telling me to put the last bit of my energy in it, and a mana link from Anamnesis, my weapon, to the round that fired pulses with this gravitational starry magic, and then it radiates outward into like a galaxy expanding for just a moment, popping the thing like a water balloon.
Sprays brain matter and hard chitin all over everything. Jewel is now drenched.
Just my face and hair and
Intellect
skin.
Devour goo. Yeah. But the Intellect Devourer is dead in front of you.
Okay. I take a second to breathe as I'm floating down the river, and then I like straighten up and prestidigitate my hair in my face so that the blood's all gone. And
does that look like it just like showers off of you? How's that work?
it's kind of like the Rain-X effect on your windshield wipers, where you like it just like balls up and rolls down instead of like spreading out. It just like kind of drips off of me. And since it can't get on my clothes because I have the gleaming enchantment on my clothes, it's just like dripping off of me onto the ground.
It's a comical squeegee sound effect.
Yeah. How am I going to get this boat back?
Will the adventurers find out what these guys were burning in the fireplace? Will they be able to determine what Mr. Besselman is doing and where these Intellect Devourers are coming from? Will they survive fighting these Intellect Devourers, these terrifying creatures? Find out next time on Total Party Guilds. But before we go, a couple of words from our guild members.
Yeah, be sure to join our Dicebox giveaway on Twitter. We're looking for 500 followers, and we're almost there. JK, no, we're not. But follow us. We're not super we're not offensive. We're not super crazy with the spamming of like filling up your Twitter feed or anything. Just the occasional like, hey, we released an episode kind of stuff. And retweeting D&D Beyond shit. Anyway, check us out on we're on all of the social media except TikTok. I think we should start a TikTok, but then we'd have to do TikTok videos.
Okay.
Yeah, follow us. We're at Total Party Guild across all social media.
And make sure to rate, review, subscribe, tell a friend, have them tell 5 friends, have them tell 5 friends. And you can email us at totalpartyguild@email.com.
Yep.
Hey, we love getting mail, especially memes, dice picks. Those are 2 of our favorites.
And if you want to learn more about the characters, the cast, the world of Orosa, the guild, or anything in between, check out totalpartyguild.com, where you can learn about all of that and more.
And remember, a guild of many defeats more monsters. Party on!
Party on!
Party on!